Today we're going to talk about 10 things that will shock you when visiting San Diego. Hey, what's up Jaycationers? Happy New Year and welcome back to another video in the 2021 San Diego series here on Jaycation. Today we are going to talk about 10 things that will shock you about San Diego. The first thing is how diverse San Diego is. San Diego is a melting pot full of cultures. There are many transplants from around the United States. I've seen people from Boston, from Texas, from Florida, all living here in San Diego, whether it's for a job or just to be in the sunny and 65 all year long weather. Obviously, with me being Filipino American, there is a huge Filipino population, especially in Mira Mesa where I live, and there are a plethora of different races living all around San Diego. The second thing that will shock you about visiting San Diego is how vast San Diego County is. Now, San Diego City is not as big, but when you extend it out to San Diego County, you go all the way from San Ysidro and Otay Mesa in the south, all the way up to Fallbrook and Oceanside in the north, and then it goes pretty far east. Don't be surprised how big San Diego County is compared to San Diego City. Now, are you getting value out of this video? Please hit that like if so, and stay till the end of the video to find out what my number one thing that will shock you is when visiting San Diego. Also, if you're just finding my channel for the first time, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell. I'd really appreciate it. I have plenty of content in and around San Diego County, Southern California, and the rest of the world when things start opening up post-pandemic. Also, if you want to hit that notification bell, it'll help you get updates when I post my videos about 3 to 5 times a week and a live stream once a week around San Diego. So right behind me is beautiful Mission Valley, where you'll find all the great malls, condominiums, the former Qualcomm Stadium, which is now becoming SDSU West, which will have a 35,000 seat stadium, another campus to extend SDSU along the trolley line. The next thing that will shock you about visiting San Diego is how limited the public transportation and the trolley line is around town. Now, the trolley line is expanding, it is getting better. They're actually building an expansion over towards UCSD, UTC in the La Jolla area, so that will open up soon. It goes all the way to East County, which is more of a local area, less tourism over there, but it goes through Mission Valley, Old Town, and all the parts of downtown San Diego. So it does have its use. You can always use the coaster to go up and down the coast in San Diego, but as for the trolley, you don't have as much scope and it's actually pretty limited. Now, you can take the buses and everything, but I do recommend renting a car when visiting San Diego and just driving from place to place. So it'll be a lot easier and save you a headache. Another thing that will shock you about San Diego is the opinions of Mexican food restaurants from the locals. Every single local is gonna have a different opinion. All the San Diegans will say, ooh, Cotijan's my favorite spot. Oh, and Colima's down the street is my favorite place to go. Oh, you gotta check out Roberto's by the beach. Everyone's gonna have a differing opinion, especially for California burritos, fish tacos, and street tacos. So just take their advice and actually listen to them and just try them all. How about that? The next thing that will shock you about visiting San Diego is that not everybody is a surfer here in San Diego or even enjoys going to the beach. A lot of people tend to stay inland or even go to the mountains or just stay within their cityscape and don't really like going out to lay out at the beach or even go surfing. Now, I'll tell you guys a little fun fact. I've gone bodyboarding plenty of times in my life. I've gone snowboarding plenty of times in my life, but have never gone surfing, and I'm a native. I'm born and raised in San Diego. I don't know if I want to learn how to surf. Not everybody is a surfer in San Diego. Now, the next thing is something that I've mentioned many times before in my tip videos is that San Diego has a transient occupancy tax of 10.50%. So whether you're going to a hotel or checking into an Airbnb, you have to pay that 10.50%. It's built in to your hotel or Airbnb bill. The people that are renting out their Airbnbs actually have to register to be part of that transient occupancy tax. So just be aware of that here in San Diego. There's really no way around it unless you stay in with a family or a friend. I don't think it's a deal breaker for you to not visit San Diego because look, it's sunny 320 days out of the year. Another thing that will shock tourists when visiting San Diego for the first time is that last call for alcohol is around 1:30 and clubs and bars close at 2 a.m. during non-pandemic times. Don't be shocked that places start to close early. day drinking culture is more of a thing here in San Diego, especially around the beach, around the breweries. So don't expect it to be like Las Vegas or New Orleans or Miami, where things never close or close around 4 o'clock in the morning. That's just not gonna happen here in San Diego or in California. So expect last call around 1:30, and for bars and clubs to close around 2. Another thing that will shock you about San Diego is the Asian food scene. Although there is not a Chinatown per se around San Diego, there is an area which is called Convoy Street that has Korean restaurants, Chinese restaurants, and a bunch of different types of Asian cuisine. A couple of places that I would recommend around Convoy Street would be Menya Ultra for their ramen. It's amazing. I love their ramen over there. And if you want classic dumplings, go to Jasmine. And if you want really cheap food, check out Sam Woo. If you go up and down Convoy Street, there's a bunch of great boba spots. You can get brick toasts at one of the spots over there, and also a lot of Korean barbecue places. All right, Jaycationers, we're reaching the final 2 things that will shock you about San Diego. And the number 2 thing that will shock you about San Diego is how small our airport is, even though it's an international airport. Now, we only have 2 terminals. It is an international airport, but our runway is pretty short. We do have bigger airplanes land, but it's like once a day, I think, a big airplane lands internationally. I'm not sure if it's from London or if it's from Japan. It's from one of those 2 places, and I'm not sure if it's happening right now during the pandemic, but during normal times, bigger planes don't usually land around San Diego Lindbergh Field. Even though it's a smaller airport, you still want to give yourself some extra time, especially during the pandemic, to get through security, get through check-in, and whatever new precautions there will be going into this new normal in 2021. There's also an airport in Tijuana. So if you're flying to places in Mexico, flights from the Tijuana airport, which is right at the border, you could actually park in the US side here in San Diego and then cross the border to the Tijuana airport. Flights to Cabo, Mexico City, they all tend to be cheaper over at that airport. So that's a little tip for you if you're planning to travel from San Diego over to Mexico. There's also a smaller airport up in Carlsbad, Palomar Airport, where they have smaller flights, and I think they started doing flights to Las Vegas in the last couple of years. I'm not sure, but those are smaller planes that take off from Carlsbad Airport. All right, Jaycationers, I'm about to reveal the number 1 thing that will shock you when visiting San Diego, California. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, and let's move on to number 1. So the number 1 thing that will shock you when visiting San Diego is it's not always sunny in San Diego. Listen to that. It's not always sunny in San Diego. Pretty much for 320 days out of the year, it is sunny here in San Diego, but I made this the number 1 tip because of the people visiting in May and in June. They have the May gray and they have the June gloom. Now, you're gonna go out around 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning, and it's still gray out, and you're like, no, I came and spent all this money to come to San Diego and it's not sunny. Well, wait till about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, the marine layer dissipates around the beach areas, and the May gray and the June gloom lifts away, and you have the rest of your day to enjoy here in San Diego. If you think that it's always sunny in San Diego, it's not. 320 days out of the year, it totally is. I'm actually starting this Facebook page where people visiting San Diego or locals from San Diego can talk about the happenings around town. So I'm gonna link that down below. And the name of this channel is called It's Always Sunny in San Diego. So go check it out on the Facebook page. I'll be there conversing with you guys, sharing articles, sharing tips and tricks, and just having people come together that may be visiting San Diego or locals, things that you should know about coming here to San Diego. Anyways, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment down below, what's another thing that will shock you about San Diego? All right, Jaycationers, I'll see you in the next video. And in the words of Ron Burgundy, stay traveling, San Diego.